Hello everyone, this is Dr. Meeta Shah. I have a teaching experience of more than 12 years, and the subject that I have been in touch with throughout is business law. So, this interest in this subject and the following from my students has motivated me to take up these lectures and post them on YouTube. So, here is another topic that I'm going to take today, and that is discharge of a contract. This is also an important topic under the Unit 1 of business law. And normally, a question comes on this topic as what is discharge of a contract? Uh, Explain in detail. This is a question that can be framed. So, the slides that I have prepared for this topic will surely cover this particular question. And in case if you have any doubts anywhere, because as I'm taking this online mode of communication with the audience, I'm posting my mail ID over here, that is Meeta Shah 300 @ yahoo.com. Please drop in a mail and get connected to me. I would love to solve in your queries. Or when I post these videos on YouTube, you can also post your questions in the comment section and stay in touch with me. Well, so now we'll start with discharge of a contract. Now, what is discharge of a contract? Discharge of a contract means termination of rights and obligations arising out of a contract. Whenever two parties they make themselves a part of a contract, they are bound to fulfill some of the obligations just because they are a part of a contract. So, when does it happen or how does it happen that whatever they are bound to do, they are no longer supposed to do all that? When that happens, when everything related to the contract has extinguished, we call it discharge of a contract, and then we say that the parties who were a part of the contract are discharged from their duties. For example, I'm going to incorporate Hindi as well because here my motto is just to develop a good understanding of the topic so that the students are in a position to come up with very good answers and develop a clarity. So, for example, if there is a contract between me and you, whereby I'm supposed to sell you a pen of ₹10, मैंने आपको पेन दे दिया, आपने मुझे पैसे दे दिए. Both of us are discharged of the duties that both of us were bound to undertake because we were a part of a contract are fulfilled, and thus this contract comes to an end and the parties are free from their obligations. In simple words, discharge of a contract means termination of a contract or end of a contract. As per Indian Contract Act 1872, discharge of a contract means the termination of a contractual relationship between the parties. Whenever we enter into a contract, we make ourselves a part of a contractual relationship. And when this contract comes to an end, this contractual relationship also comes to an end. So I hope that this basic introduction is clear to you. I normally frame the introduction is in points, but when you are writing your answer, this has to come in the form of a paragraph. Next is contract can be discharged in the following ways. Means how does a contract come to an end? It comes to an end in the following 6 ways. First is by performance. Number 2, by agreement. Number 3, by impossibility of performance. Number 4, by lapse of time. Number 5, by operation of law. And number 6, by breach of contract. So all that you need to do is you need to understand these 6 ways through which a contract comes to an end, and you have to explain them, and this would complete the topic. So let us start with this one by one. First is by performance. Performance means whenever two parties are a part of a contract, both of them are supposed to do something. This something is called as performance. Performance can be of two types: actual performance, attempted performance. जैसे मैंने आपको भी एग्जाम्पल दिया, आई एम सपोज टू सेल यू अ पेन फॉर ₹10. मैंने आपको पेन दिया, आपने मुझे पैसे दे दिए. एक्चुअल परफॉर्मेंस, हम दोनों ने अपना काम कर लिया Both of us have performed our part of a contract, so this will bring this contract to an end. Why? Because of actual performance. Next is attempted performance. Attempted performance means one party wants to fulfill his duties and obligations, but the other party is not letting him or her do his part of performance. Say for example, मैं आपको पेन डिलीवर करना चाहती हूँ. आई से शैल आई डिलीवर द पेन टू यू. आप बोलोगे नॉट नाउ, कम लेटर. या फिर मैं आपके पास पेन देने के लिए आई और आपने मुझे वेलकम ही नहीं किया. You are not available. So here what is happening? One party wants to fulfill the obligations, but the other party is not letting him or her fulfill the obligations. So this is an example of attempted performance. Both the kind of performance, actual as well as attempted, brings the contract to an end. Although there are certain rules and regulations as far as attempted performance is concerned, ऐसा नहीं होता कि हमने एक बार ऐसे ही बोल दिया कि shall I deliver the pen and मे बी उसे जेन्यून प्रॉब्लम हो. अगर मैं कल आप बोल रहे हो आने के लिए और कल मैं आपको आके वो डिलीवर कर दूं, तो हो सकता है आप उसको एक्सेप्ट कर लो. So whenever all these things have to be considered whenever we are considering attempted performance as a reason for discharge of a contract. Then discharge by agreement. One thing that we all know is that a contract comes into existence by an agreement. हम एक agreement करते हैं whereby one party is giving an offer and the other party is giving the acceptance, and the contract comes into existence. Similarly, this contract ends also by an agreement. Now these are the various 6 ways through which we can bring a contract to an end by agreement. First is discharge by novation. Novation over here means replacing the old contract with a new one. So when we replace the old contract with a new one, we are putting an end to the old contract. Say for example, if there was a contract between the two of us to buy 2 liters of milk, then you say अब 2 नहीं, मुझे 5 लीटर दे दो. जैसे ही आपने मुझे 5 लीटर मिल्क के लिए नया कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मेरे साथ बनाया, तो जो पुराना 2 liters मिल्क केस वाला कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था, that has come to an end. So what are we doing? We are replacing the old contract by a new one. So the old contract comes to an end. This is an example of discharge by novation. Next is discharge by alteration. If there is some kind of changes in the terms of the contract, अगर हम कुछ contract के terms में changes कर देते हैं, maybe in the form of the amount which is mentioned or in the form of date which is mentioned, and if this alteration is done without the consent of the other party, then in that case this contract comes to an end because of discharge by alteration. Next is discharge by remission. Remission का मतलब होता है exemption of whatever we were supposed to do. Suppose if I have to take rupees 500 from you and I say अब मैं आपको exempt करती हूँ, मैं आपसे 500 rupees नहीं लेने वाली. So this is discharging the other party by exemption of the rights or by exhausting the rights which have arisen because of we being a part of a contract. Next is discharge by waiver. Waiver का मतलब होता है foregoing the rights. इसमें थोड़ा डिफरेंस है. जैसे कि सपोज अगर मुझे बी से 500 रुपए लेने हैं, बी ने मुझे कहा आप सी से ले लेना, सी ने मुझसे कहा आप डी से ले लेना, और जब मैं डी के पास पैसे लेने के लिए गई तब मुझे पता चला कि डी तो मेरा फ्रेंड है, then I would just let go. मेरे फ्रेंड से क्या पैसे लेने. So when I just leave off like this, it is called as discharge by waiver. Next is discharge by merger. Merger means merging the merging two rights. Basically, अगर हम if I am staying at your house as a tenant and I say now I want to buy the house, so I am merging my tenancy rights with the rights of owner. Now I'm going to be the owner of this particular house, so I'm merging one right with the other. So whenever this happens, the old particular contract, that is the contract of, that is the agreement whereby the parties were sharing the relationship of a tenant and a landlord, will come to an end, and the new relationship because of merger would come to existence. That is the relationship of a buyer and a seller. Next is discharge by rescission. Discharge by rescission का मतलब होता है discharge by cancellation. हम लोगों ने एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया, आई वांट टू सेल अ पेन टू यू फॉर ₹10 and then I say I don't want to sell, I do not want this contract to happen. So this contract has come to existence by an agreement, it will end also by agreement. जहाँ ये discharge by merger लिखा है वहाँ पर you can mention this means mixing of minority rights with the major rights. लाइक अगर टेनेंट हो तो वो माइनॉरिटी राइट है, अगर आप ओनर बन रहे हो तो वो मेजॉरिटी राइट हो जाएगी. नेक्स्ट इज discharge by impossibility. Discharge by impossibility is of two types. First is impossibility at the time of formation of contract, and number two, impossibility arising subsequent to the formation of the contract. Now, impossibility at the time of formation of contract means हम जब contract में enter कर रहे थे तभी हमें पता था कि कहीं ना कहीं it's not possible for us to perform this particular contract. First is such impossibility which is known to the parties. We are entering into a contract and both of us know that it is impossible for us to bring this contract to a proper happening or bring this contract to a proper shape. We cannot give shape to this contract. So we are actually going in for discharge by impossibility. Many a times it is discharged by impossibility which is unknown to the parties. Parties ने contract में enter तो कर लिया पर उनको पता नहीं है कि वो लोग इस contract को complete कर भी पाएंगे कि नहीं कर पाएंगे. Next है impossibility arising subsequent to the formation of the contract. Contract तो बन गया पर उसके बाद हमें पता चल रहा है कि it is not possible for us to complete this contract. Suppose if I enter into a contract with you and the contract is of personal nature. Personal nature मतलब ये contract को सिर्फ मैं ही कर सकती हूँ, मेरा जो भी legal heir होगा वो नहीं कर पाएगा. Suppose if I have promised to sing at your birthday party, which is on the say 25th of a particular month, and today is 15th. So 10 दिन बाद हो सकता है कि मेरी death हो जाए और जिस दिन मुझे perform करना था I am not there. So if I am not there because of the death of one party, it is impossible for this contract to be concluded. So the parties are discharged of their contractual relationship. Next is by personal disability. Suppose if I meet with an accident, so आप 25th को मुझे आपकी पार्टी में आना था and I'm not in a position to come and sing at your birthday party. So here also it is not possible for us to conclude this contract. So it will end because of personal disability of a party. Discharge by destruction of the subject matter. मतलब जब हम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में एंटर किए तब तो वो सब्जेक्ट मैटर था. मैंने आपको पहले की वीडियोस में बताया है सब्जेक्ट मैटर के लिए आपको हमेशा एक एग्जांपल देना है, दैट इज द कार बीइंग पार्क्ड इन द कार एंड दैट कार गेटिंग बर्न्ड. Say for example, I have entered into a contract with you and I'm supposed to sell you my car for ₹5 lakhs. और जब ये कार को डिलीवर करने का टाइम आया, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को कंक्लूड करने का टाइम आया, तब मेरे गराज में एक दिन आग लग गई थी और वो कार भी जल गई. तो जब कार ही नहीं रही तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किस बात का? सो जस्ट बिकॉज द सब्जेक्ट मैटर डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, आई कैन नॉट कंप्लीट दिस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. नेक्स्ट इज बाय ऑब्जेक्ट बिकमिंग इलीगल. ऑब्जेक्ट मीन्स द रीजन फॉर एंटरिंग इनटू द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बिकम्स इलीगल. जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में एंटर किया तब वो लीगल था और जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को कंप्लीट करने का टाइम आया तब वो इलीगल हो गया. हाउ डज दिस हैपन? Say for example, I have a contract with you and I'm supposed to deliver to you 1 ton of sugar. तो जब हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में एंटर किया तब हमारे गवर्नमेंट के लॉज के हिसाब से it was possible for me to sell sugar to any party outside the country. पर जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को कंक्लूड करने का टाइम आया तब हो सकता है कि कुछ गवर्नमेंट ने राशनिंग कर दिया शुगर पर और उसने कहा अब एक शुगर का सेल नहीं हो सकता एक कंट्री से दूसरे कंट्री में या एक स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट में. So just because of the new policies or new rules and regulations of the government, I am not in a position to complete this contract. And last is by outbreak of war. जब मैंने contract में enter किया with a citizen of another country, जिसके साथ हमारे relationship अच्छे थे, तो उस वक्त it was possible for me to perform the contract. But now as my country is in war with the citizen of with the country of that particular citizen, उसके कारण क्या हो जाएगा, वो मेरा एलियन एनिमी बन जाएगा. एंड लॉ सेज वी cannot enter into a contract with an alien enemy. So this impossibility has arisen after the contract has been formed. नेक्स्ट इज बाय लैप्स ऑफ टाइम. लैप्स ऑफ टाइम मतलब टाइम पीरियड खत्म हो चुका है और अब हम इस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का कुछ नहीं कर सकते. As far as the various, as far as legal action is concerned, the Limitation Act of 1963, उसने, according to this particular act, it has given a period of 3 years for taking legal action from the date the action becomes due. This means, say for example, if I have given you a loan of rupees 3 lakhs और ये लोन आपको मुझे 5 साल में चुकाना है, ठीक है. तो अभी 2020 चल रहा है, तो 2025 तक यू आर सपोज टू रिटर्न दिस अमाउंट टू मी. 2025 तक आपने मुझे वो अमाउंट नहीं दिया, वो ड्यू डेट आ गया. तो वो ड्यू डेट 2025 से लेकर 2028 के बीच में ही मैं लीगल एक्शन ले सकती हूँ. एंड इफ आई डू नॉट टेक एनी लीगल एक्शन अप टिल 2028, then I will lose all my rights as far as that particular loan amount is concerned, because I have no right to take any legal action against you. This you need to remember. This is called as a period of limitation. The aggrieved party cannot take legal action against a party not performing the contract. Thus, the contract is terminated or discharged. By operation of law. ऑपरेशन ऑफ लॉ में भी पॉइंट सेम है, मतलब लॉ के कारण लॉ में क्या चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, मर्जर हो रहा है, डेथ ऑफ वन पार्टी, लैप्स ऑफ टाइम, इंसॉल्वेंसी ऑफ वन पार्टी, unauthorized alteration which is unknown to one party. Because of that, law will operate and it is not possible to complete this contract and the parties are discharged of their contractual obligations. Next is a very important topic, discharge because of breach of contract. Please try to remember the section for breach of contract, that is section 3939. Breach can take place. First of all, what is breach? Breach means with the two parties who are making themselves a part of a contract, they are definitely bound to undertake some contractual obligations. मतलब हम जो भी दो पार्टीज हम एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का पार्ट बने, उन दोनों को कुछ ना कुछ करना है. But when they refuse to perform their part, or one party refuses to perform their part, we say a breach has taken place. A breach of contract has taken place. Or we also say denial to perform the promise. जो भी promise मैंने किया है आपको, वो promise करने से यदि मैं मना कर रही हूँ complete करने से, then I am going to be responsible for breach of a contract. Breach दो तरीके से होती है, एक होती है actual breach और दूसरा होता है anticipatory breach. Actual breach means breaking the promise on the date of performance of the contract. But suppose if I was supposed to deliver you something on the 16th of August, और 16th August को मैं आपको कहती हूँ that I am not interested in continuing with this contract. So I am responsible for breach, और just because मैंने performance के date पर उसको promise को तोड़ा है, it would be called as actual breach. Next is anticipatory breach. यदि मैं आपको 16th को contract पूरा करने वाली थी और 12th को मैं आपको बोलती हूँ that I would not be going in for this particular contract, I want to put an end to it. So breaking the promise before the date of performance of the contract is called as anticipatory breach. And whenever we break the promise, we are actually going in for discharge of a contract. So this completes this topic. Discharge of a contract is an interesting topic and important also from examination point of view.